Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and I hope you all had a fine weekend. Mine was a little bit chilly, but I did manage to get out to Tuesday morning, and I'll show you those goodies I think tomorrow. Right, today I'm here with a DIY art bin project share. It's a super quick video because you know what it's like, you've got to break in easy into Monday. So I've done the patchworky hearts. Now I'll do a close-up because it's quite grey, and you get all those different patches. Now the die is still whole because I cut it all in white cardstock and I used some of my wax stuff. Yeah, what's it called? Hello Monday. It's called metallic gilding paste. Yeah, there you go. I've also used the kitchen pot holder set. This is seriously cute, and it comes with its own little hanger. And I also use that gorgeous little mixed media looking crow who's got a little beehive or skep that she's holding. And I've used my Skinny Dex die, which you can't really see there. It's bigger than a usual memory Dex. It's taller and it's got various pieces and layers with it. Right, so where do I start? First of all, I'll start with a heart. And I used Heidi Swap metallic elements here, and I covered those with a little bit of wax as well. I just layered the whole thing up. These frames here are the notch squares from Surprise Creation. I put a bit of mica on there as well, and I was just experimenting, but I think I'm okay with it. It looks like really tattered old patchwork quilt on the website, but I wanted to make it look just a little bit more steampunky. And as I say, the weather here today is not particularly bright, so that's a better picture. So now you can see the kind of shape it is, and you put all those layers on, and then I just smeared my wax on top. So now that it's there and it's made up, I can measure it, and that is almost 2 3/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. That's how big that heart is. And then next up is my little mixed media looking crow, and I just used some distress oxide ink there in mowed lawn and broken china on the background. Really grunged her up, and used a little bit of pink mica powder for the cheeks and the heart because I was using that sort of black charcoal grey pearlized cardstock there from Joanne. But look at that tiny little skep. I'm going to try and get a really clear picture if I can. There you are. Isn't that cute? You can see all the little bits of fluff on my card. Actually, I think it's where the foam was coming off my ink blending tool. I'll get that off. There we are. And I just used the fine liner Sharpie to put the little stitch in and the XO on the bottom. But look at that little ribbon just hanging off her arm. You got teeny tiny flowers on the base, and you don't get this bit, but you do see it on the website. It's like a little sort of stitchy, dotty, scrolly thing, and then the tiny little bee that comes off it, and it comes with one little cloud, and that is one of my favorite stamps. Just says thinking of you. So I can now measure her now that she's all made up. And all of that cardstock there is from Joanne. I'm going to say that is a fraction over 3.5 inches high. And I have made it as per website let me get that right. So I've got a terrible reflection in my ruler. Just under 3.5 inches wide. And as I say, it comes with a tiny little cloud, but I did sort of grunge everything up with the blending tool and used a bit of black soot all around the edges there. But I just think she's really cute. Right, next up, and I'm falling out of my chair, yeah, is the pot holder. And this is my Skinny Dex again. and I used one of my cake dies. You can't get that anymore, so please don't ask me. It was from Aliexpress, but it's got to be 3 or 4 years ago now, and it came with a little plate and a little fork. But I will tease you by giving you a close up. But it's just a gorgeous, because you know me, I love my cake dies. Well, anyway, onto the die, and I think this paper pad here is Jen Hadfield, and I've done it totally different colors to the website. If you look at the images on the website, they are very sort of vintagey, prim, very sort of like Thanksgiving. You could do a nice apple pie if you've got an apple pie die, or a roast turkey die or something like that, and it would look fabulous with the colors on the website. But I wanted to make it a little bit more bright and cheerful, even though it doesn't look it with the grey weather of my camera today. But I used a little bit of glossy accents onto all of those cherries, and this one came with a cherry, so I thought it was a really nice match. But you've got that vintage kitchen utensils and bowls and stuff going on behind. And then I use that wood there, but it's an awesome size. I use my 4mm flatbacks as the little hooky hangers there, and just glued those on. And then if you go down to the bottom, I used a scrap of this piece of paper because it was a 6x6 pad. I used a really old lace edge die. If I can find that one, I will, because it's perfect for my skinny decks dies. And it's that one. It's not huge at all, but it's got a nice wave in it. And I usually use it for my like picnicky stuff. But as I say, today I've used that one to sort of create a little tablecloth down there to make it look as if my slice of cake is sitting on a table. So there you have that. I'm going to measure those little pot holders now. And of course you can use those with absolutely anything. You can even use them as winter mittens if you wanted to. But made up as per website, you are looking at 2¼ inches. You could even make cut out a square and some little circles, and you could make yourself a stove top, couldn't you? By almost 4 inches. I'm going to say that it is 4 inches thumb to cuff. And then you could make it look like your pot holders were hanging above your stove. And if you've got any pots or things like that that you could stack up, and you've got them coming forward on your little stove, and then you've got all that going on behind, it would look really, really cute. But that is my skinny decks and my pot holders. Right, that's what I got for you today. Now tomorrow I'm up with a fine art design team haul, and also the tutorial Tuesday. So I've just realised I'm out of camera shot. I do apologise. So we're going to be doing a tutorial out of something there, and I know that it's a bag full of Easter springtime stuff, so we'll have to wait and see what goes on there and whether it's a disaster or not. Anyway, you have an absolutely awesome day, and as usual, all links are below, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.